Hello, my name is Sia Earnhardt, and I'm currently taking Dr. J's class, Marketing and Management Problems, Marketing 4824. I'm in the spring semester of 2023. And right now we are looking at this data set on Tableau, and this data set captures customers' buying habits as well as their demographics, such as their age, marital status, education. It also dabbles in some psychographics, such as like how much they complain, or how much wine they're consuming, or how much meat they're buying. So we're just going to take a look. Um, so the four tables that I did how much they complain, and how their marital status correlates with that. Looked at people's marital status and what each group purchases. Looked at education level and alcohol consumption, and then I looked up your education level and how likely you are to complain. First thing that I found interesting was how single people complain the most. What is going on with that? I guess it kind of makes sense. You know, you're single, you might be a little unhappy, you might be more likely to complain. Or it could be that, see, married people like complain substantially less than single people. Maybe because married people have somebody to complain to. I also found it interesting that people with a PhD education level, they consume much more wine than the other education levels. But along with that, they also complain the least. So perhaps there's a correlation. Maybe people who drink more wine are less high strung and less likely to complain. This could be interesting. Maybe if a store wants their customers to quit complaining, maybe they need to sell more wine to their customers. And along with that, people in absurd relationships, whatever that is supposed to mean. I guess it means that their relationship is ridiculous and illogical and quite absurd. They are consuming a lot of meat. What is going on with that? Why are these absurd people consuming so much meat? Maybe a grocery store could look at this. If they want to sell more meat, maybe they should start advertising to people who use like Tinder or Grinder and get themselves in them absurd relationships. They're just consuming a lot of products across the board. Look, they're first place in this, second place in this, and second place in this. Yeah, they need to start, these grocery stores need to start advertising to people who are getting themselves in these absurd relationships. It would be beneficial to them because it seems like they are their biggest consumers. Widows are consuming the most amount of sweet products and they're consuming the most amount of wine. That's sad. It checks out though. That's probably how they cope. I'm surprised that people who are alone are not drinking as much wine. You'd think that they would want to purchase more wine, fill the void, but I guess not. That's fine. Also interesting, graduation level people complain the most. Ridiculous. Let's see, people who are graduation. Okay, well, let's look at this. Single people, there's more master. If you're single and you have a master's, you're consuming the most amount of alcohol. If you're married and have I guess there's more married people with a PhD and more single people with a master's. That makes sense. Um, Divorce. Oh, there's a lot of second cycle education divorce people. Still, more divorced people are consuming more wine. But if you're together, it's nothing interesting. Let's look at people who are alone. Oh, people who are alone do not complain. People who are absurd do not complain. Good. Neither do people who are widowed or YOLO. Let's see. I think we already looked at that. Okay, so that's kind of all the data I have. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight and taking a look at my Tableau dashboard.